Hey all, so I'm watching a lot of World Cup these days, so I thought for what it's worth I might be able to share some of my reflections on the game. You have to make some sacrifices waking up early, so please just excuse the hair for now. So I've been through the first half of Serbia and Costa Rica. Obviously, I'm invested in the Serbian team, so maybe I should start with a little bit of analysis from the Serbian side. I mean, it started out with Tadic and Ivanovic doing well on the right flank. They were able to double across each other. They were able to move the play forward. But then, nevertheless, there was a little bit of fragility in defense on the back. Ivanovic was constantly trying to communicate with Dosic, and sometimes there was some, miscommunication between the two. So at the beginning of the game, mostly Costa Rica was able to attack, was able to dominate the ball, but there was a clear shift around minute 15 or so, whereby Serbia was able to start dominating possession, as many analysts had said previously, and they were able to move further up the pitch. And they were able to do this mostly through long balls. So they were passing the ball in the back, but then they were able to hit it long towards players like Mitrovic, who have an obvious advantage over the Costa Rica defenders. I mean, Serbia is actually the tallest team amongst all of the World Cup teams participating this year. So, of course, they had an advantage over Costa Rica in that particular area of the field. So Mitrovic was able to become more involved, even though I would like to see him to become more involved in the second half, that he was able to exchange movements with Milinkovic-Savic, which will be key going into the second half. Obviously, I think Milinkovic-Savic is better in that particular aspect, but Mitrovic has the kind of strength that we saw in that player against the Costa Rica defender, where he was able to bring the ball down and control it against the attack of the Costa Rica defender. So towards most of the first half, Costa Rica was limited mostly to counterattack attempts. There was this right center pocket that Milivojevic was able to control. He was basically the effective captain, much as he does with Crystal Palace, basically dominating the field and commandeering his teammates, making sure that they were able to find open spaces, basically guiding the rhythm of play. After this, we had a chance with Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. But nevertheless, it was unbalanced and weak. Of course, Keylor Navas in that kind of situation, he's always going to handle it. So you can't really expect much else. He brought the ball down well, but then he was not able to capitalize on the chance. So after part of possession of play of Serbia for about 15 minutes, Costa Rica comes back in a little bit. They're able to attack from minute 39 around to minute 44. Of course, I mean, this is just the regular balance of play. So you have Serbia controlling the ball for a considerable amount of time, and then Costa Rica is just able to, take back possession of the ball. That's just the balance of play. So we have the Ureña chance at minute number 39, which basically exemplifies this Costa Rica pressure. But nevertheless, I think that Serbia was able to deal with it well, and Ivanovic was improving towards the end of the second half in terms of his defensive play as well, and Dosic had a key clearance towards the end of the second half. So, I mean, looking into the second half, I think that the game is still in the balance. If anything's going to happen for Serbia, it will be them continuing to dominate possession and basically nick a goal. I don't think that they're going to get more than one. In terms of Costa Rica, I think that they won't be able to dominate possession for a considerable amount of time, but if they have a chance to win, that will come from a counterattack and perhaps a mistake in the Serbian defense. So, looking forward to the second half. Hajde Serbia.